also Kathleen Miller.
Woo!
Ko rima taka te pai maunga, ko hiratonga te awa, ko Ngāti Pākehā tuku iwi, ke te noho aho I a Whirongia, ko Ngāti Hikairo te hapu o tēnei rohi, ko Sandra aho. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Can I just say, it is wonderful to be here today with all of you. I really mean that, truly wonderful. To help us launch, to help us hold the beginning of our Elder Voices project. I'd like to give shout outs to everyone in the audience who's part of Takatāpui and Rainbow communities, especially our elders, of course, but also acknowledging the wide age span that I can see in the room. It's great to be launching with family. Shout outs too to those of you who are here today because you want your service, your community centre, your organisation, your family and your whānau to be safe and respectful places for our elders to be all of who they are. My name is Sandra Dickson, as Melanie has just said. It is true that I am a nerd, 100% true, but I'm also going to come out today. I'm elder adjacent. As well as being elder adjacent, I get the amazing privilege, really, of steering elder voices for our Hohou Kahukura crew in collaboration with the fabulous folks at Rainbow Waikato. As well as our hard-working teams, there's a village supporting this project. So to my many wonderful fellow researchers, including Lexi, who we didn't hear from today, and Huhana, who we did, thank you. To the Takatāpui and Rainbow Elders who've offered us advice, including Wayne, thank you. Shout out too to the leadership and solid support we've been offered by our allies, and you just heard from one of them. Ani has been amazing. The National Office of Age Concern has been amazing. But I also want to mention Dr. Catherine Cook, who's sitting in the audience trying to hide right now, I can see, who's been offering me academic advice that I'm really grateful for. And finally, Hohou Kahukura and Rainbow Waikato deeply appreciate Hampton City Council hosting this launch for us in this gorgeous room. And the Office for Seniors, of course, who provided our funding. Dr. Aisha Verrill's video talked to how sincere a project this is for them, and I'm really sorry we couldn't play it for you. But really, folks, at its heart, this project is really, really simple. We want to know how Takatāpui and Rainbow Elders are doing. What's ageing like for people who grew up when homosexuality was illegal, when HIV and AIDS was a death sentence, when discrimination towards us was completely fine, there was nothing banning it in Aotearoa, and when supports for transitioning were literally non-existent. How safe is it now to be out for our elders? And what does it mean if you can't be out in your community, your family, your residential care facility? I have to say that my heart is absolutely chock full of stories I've been hearing as I've been talking to our elders to scope out this project and to those who support them around Aotearoa. The bisexual man who thinks he has a place in an aged care facility, but it's gone at the second interview stage when he mentions his HIV status. The Māori kuia trying for decades to find words that fit her and other people like her, nestling finally with peace under Takatāpui. The trans woman living quietly in her own home, but her physical health is starting to decline. And she lives in the country, so she needs help to stay there. But she's anxious about what home care services are going to be like and whether they're going to treat her with respect. The complete invisibility of our ethnic rainbow elders, growing older inside extended families and often living a double life, hiding because they just do not trust they will be safe if they share all of who they are. The older lesbian who got in touch just days after we sent the invites out to this launch because her partner's going into end-of-life care and they're already getting homophobia. And then last but not least, the trans man whose family called him by his old name, misgendered him and pretended he was a different person at his funeral, much to the horror of his friends and chosen family. So, believe me when I say that my heart, and I'm sure that all of you here will understand that many of those stories reveal quite obvious things to be concerned about. Discrimination or the fear of discrimination are the lived experience of growing up and the kinds of social conditions that our elders have survived. But I want to focus now on one particular story, which I hope helps everyone here understand why we need your help. And Marley was very good at priming you for that. When Bex and I moved to the Waikato, for me, that was only a couple of years ago, for me the first time for Bex returning, the first thing I wanted, the very first thing I wanted, was a massive water tank. I'm not really liking the girls, I guess. So we invited lots of tradies to our place to give us quotes, and with each one I would come out to them, because I'm not prepared to have someone in my house who's not going to respect my sexuality and my partner. The third electrician to give us a quote was an older, grizzled guy. He worked by himself. I introduced him to Bex. He flinched, visibly, called himself, and followed me outside. Before we could get to the spot for the water tank, he exploded to me. Sandra, I have a husband. I feel like I can tell you. I feel like you'll understand. He told me he'd been working in the Waikato as an electrician for more than 40 years. He had never told a customer that he was gay before because he thought it would ruin his business. So I'm telling that story today because I want everybody here who works with older people or knows older people or connects to older people to recognise that you will already be in contact with Takatāpui and Rainbow Elders, whether you know it or not. Because many of our elders just do not share who they are. Our server is going to be open until the end of the year. We'll very soon, probably tomorrow, I suspect, probably not tonight, be sending out posters and other information for you to share. And there's some posters on the back table as you leave if you want to grab some. We need you to put up our posters in places older people can discreetly scan the QR code or grab a tab at the bottom. We need you to send the link of our survey out through your newsletters and magazines, as well as share the survey link on your social media. We need your help to reach people. The survey's online because we want people to be able to do this in private. Here in the Waikato, though, our research team will also be interviewing elders in person, so if you're interested in being interviewed, please get in touch. We want to talk to lots of different people. We're also fortunate, and this is why Kathleen's going to stand next to me, to have the services of the wonderful kaupaka Haere and super social worker Kathleen Miller.
Kia ora.
And I'm just going to ask Kath to introduce herself.
I just want to say welcome to our people from afar and welcome to our people of Waikato. And I'm just a bit overwhelmed in a good way. I've thought through all the things that I needed to say today, but I don't even think I'm going to go there because it's been spoken to by everyone before me. So, my humble welcome to all of you. So my name is Kath, and I've done a little bit of mahi in particular social work, and I've done a couple of other theory roles as well, but it was quite an honour and a privilege to have been brought on board to do some mahi for this particular project. So my official role is to assess and refer. That's what we do. But I see this as hearing some taonga, some stories, and it's quite a privilege to be in that position and carry that and nurture that safely onto the next part of the journey. So I kind of attached that to Kairahi, the navigator of mahi. And I've got this list of amazing people that I can't wait to connect with. I printed off the number of people across Aotearoa that I have spotted today. So it's nice to see you all, and it's nice to meet you in person. And some of you I'm going to meet or maybe speak with on Zoom or by phone. But this is a very special piece of mahi, quite a taonga, and it's a privilege to be involved with this. It's the platform. This is what we begin with. And my hope and part of why I'm passionate about this is I'd like it to just continue to be our norm. We don't need to be in a place where we're learning about this. That's our norm. So, big warm welcome to you all. I'm incredibly nervous, but I just want to say that I'm going to take away the two teenager. I really like them, and I like a couple of things out to come here too. So,
Kia ora,
to connect with you in some shape. Thank you.
E te hau